Good. Oh, man. Morning, everyone. Or afternoon, whatever time you're watching this, for the 3 or 4 that are going to get past the intro. Just the wife and kids on their way to drop off this morning. So today is another post-night shift gym session for isolated leg workouts. And my track pants are soaked because it is pouring rain out today. What I wanted to talk about today, and I kind of touched on it in yesterday's video, was my whole kind of experience with YouTube so far and my thoughts. And I think it's been about a month of me posting things, so I think now is kind of like a nice time to do like a 1 month recap. And sorry, I'm kind of getting a little head cold too. One thing I've been really working hard at is trying to make sure I kind of compartmentalize, how I what's the word I'd want to use for that? The progress I guess I make on my YouTube videos versus progress I'm making in the gym, and I guess kind of also on like a third component be like the progress I'm making with my confidence level and my ability to kind of like talk to myself, I guess. So those 2 things, I'm trying to ensure that I don't like blend them all into like one thing and be like, oh, I'm not doing well in one thing, so it means I'm not doing well in everything, because it's not true. Like, I mean, obviously those like Venn diagrams, if you want to look at it that way, they kind of overlap each other, but I don't want success or unsuccessfulness in one category to kind of overfill into another one and make me feel like I'm not progressing at all. So yeah, with YouTube, I don't really know like what normal progress would look like or what I should be expecting. Like, there's subreddits and stuff and people, talking about, you should have this amount of views in X amount of time, or you should have this many subscribers, or this is how you should be performing after this amount of time. And I don't subscribe to that whole mentality. Especially for me, because it's not something I'm pursuing to I don't like saying I'm not pursuing it like as an active like goal, because that makes it sound like I don't really care what happens with it. And I think if you're going to be posting content and editing things, you should have some amount of like a stake in it, which I do. Like, I don't want to put up just garbage videos and things that I don't care about, because it reflects on me poorly, and there are people I'm sure that I know that will see the videos at some point, and if it's just garbage content, then it just reflects me poorly. So I definitely have a stake, or a investment, I guess you could say, into the videos doing well and wanting to put forth media or content that I'm proud of. This guy did not park very well, so we're gonna do the I hate pulling nose in, but I can't see where the line is. Okay, so yeah, the content, like, I'd say what I'm putting into the content isn't not what I don't care about. It's the performance. Like, at the end of the day, if my video has 0 views and doesn't get any likes, or I don't get subscribers, that's not really it doesn't kill me at the end of the day, is what I'm saying. it's nice and it's cool to have people that are watching and get feedback on the videos, and people can kind of tell me what they're thinking, or if the stuff I'm saying makes sense. That's all like great, and if I get that feedback, then I'm totally open to it and happy to have it. But it's not going to deter me from continuing to like work hard to make videos, I guess is what I'm saying, or put up content that I'm maybe not always proud of, because there's some things I record and I'm like, oh, that sounded like garbage, or it could have been a little bit more, I don't know what the word would be, less shy or more outgoing, I guess, with how I'm talking or recording things. So it's a growing process in that regard. So the YouTube side of things, it's definitely been a learning process, and it's been fun so far, and I've enjoyed interacting with people that I've had the chance to interact with. So no complaints there. The gym process, or I keep getting that mixed up now, gym progress, has been good. I feel like I'm still losing weight. The scales numbers are going down, and how I look in the mirror has been an improvement. I probably haven't been in this kind of shape my whole life, and I think a lot of it has to come down to being accountable to myself. If I'm recording these videos and looking at myself in the mirror and recording myself in the mirror, then it kind of holds me accountable to see those changes, because at the end of the day, it's one of those things, like if I would say if I wasn't recording videos, I would still be probably as strict as I am. Like to think that I'm a pretty good pretty regimented person if I'm putting forth the effort and kind of set my mind to it. But I think the recording the videos is kind of like an added layer of accountability. So, and then the last thing is the talking skills and my confidence levels, which probably not as much progress as I've had in the other two domains, and it kind of ties hand in hand with the YouTube videos. The confidence levels in the gym is definitely something I need to work on, especially when I'm looking at recording content. But the speaking skills, I'd say, is probably improved a little bit. I do feel like when I watch these videos back, it's not quite as bad to watch me struggle through a sentence, or have turn these off. I can't turn them off. Sit there and look into a camera and talk to myself. And even like my first video, I had a hard time editing it and watching myself talk. So I feel like that kind of I don't know what you want to call it, like it's like a barrier to starting these videos. Is at least I got over that, and it's allowed me to be a little bit more I guess diligent with the video editing and going through and actually like finding clips that I want to post, instead of just trying to not copy, but clip the whole section and put it in, because I'm too embarrassed to watch myself. So that's kind of like, I'd say there's progress there that I'm happy with, but the gaining the confidence of setting up a tripod, talking to myself in the public space is still something I'm working on. And I don't know if I'm sure at some point I'll get more comfortable with it, but I don't know to what extent. Anyways, I don't want this to be a huge, long pre-gym video. I only have like 20 minutes left on my camera, so if I record stuff in the gym today, it's not going to be a lot of time left. So I'll have to likely delete a few things off my SD card. I have some other videos that I was using for something I was making, and I don't need it all on there. So hopefully I'll see you upstairs, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see what it's like. It's pretty busy here this time of morning, so I'm going to go get in there and see what's going on. But either way, to kind of round off the intro part of this video, making progress, and I've been working hard to make sure that if I don't see amount of progress in one area, that it doesn't pull back from another, or kind of deflate me or deter me from other areas that I've worked hard and improved. All right, that's it. I'm going upstairs. Okay. talked about this last time, but with any major muscle group, there's multiple attachment points that you can kind of rotate the limb around to focus the exercise, I guess, to hit. Nice thing with like the quads, it's a pretty easy muscle group. There's a lot of muscles that run across the front of your leg. So last video I talked about, rotating your feet or pronating them kind of in different positions to hit those different parts of your legs. A lot easier with this machine because it's independent. So you can, for example, point your toes out. Two. All right. With working like any major muscle like this, if you get into a machine and it's feeling like awesome, I like to kind of just hang out there and crank out as many sets as I can, pending somebody waiting for the machine, obviously. No. 8, 3, 4, 5, 7. Out. 3, 4. Because the nice thing with the legs is there's only so many ways you can hit them. 5. And I think I'm at. Holy man. Okay. That's enough of that. Okay. 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15. Oh man. Whew. Oh man. Safe to say that the calf injury from last week is on the mend. No issues today, which is a welcome addition. So yeah, other machines were busy, so we rearranged our routine a tad. Yes, I know. Another one. Okay. So I had to cut the recording a little short on the legs for two reasons. One's it got really busy, and reason two is because I got busy with people that I know from work. And as you all know, I am still a bit of a shy boy. So, I don't know if we can get... We have a class coming in here shortly, so I'll try and make this quick. Quads, hamstrings, calves. I'm really not too sure how to pose for legs yet either, or anything for that fact. Anyways, it's kind of funny because I almost have to have like a alter ego. Anyways, gym cardio time, and I'll see you in the truck. Alright, so the exercise part of the routine got a little cut short this morning. I kind of alluded to it in the studio there, but a couple of my colleagues showed up, and I'm not quite in that headspace yet where I can record in front of people, especially people I know. Like I said, I do know there are potentially a few people that I know that have likely seen these or will in the future, so it's a reality I'm coming to grip with. But like I said, I'm still kind of like, how do you want to call it, like just like a facade or something, I guess. And it's kind of funny, right? Because you think like if I was putting up a facade, it would be somebody who wasn't shy. Like that would be the my alter ego. Instead, my alter ego is somebody who's maybe like 10% less shy than normal me. So I'm not really sure how useful that is, but that's what we have to work with. And I mean, 3-4 weeks ago, I wouldn't even dream of taking a camera out in the gym to record myself. So I'll take what I can get. Same conversation as the usual. So workout felt pretty good today. Quads were like on point. I was really stoked. I had some increases in rep count on the leg extensions, and even on like the hamstring curls on the prone and seated curls. Those all felt really great too. Again, like with this time of morning, it's usually when the gym's getting a little bit busier, and those machines are kind of like right in that central or middle hub of the gym. So in order to like record there, I'd have to put the camera right in the middle of like a laneway, and it's just not super convenient for other people. And I like to kind of keep to myself when I'm in the gym normally, and then probably even more so when I'm recording, obviously. So yeah, legs are kind of like hit or miss. I know I got a recording, I think it was last week, we did a isolated leg workout, and I got some of the machines, but it was really early in the morning, and the people that are usually there in the morning, I think they've kind of acclimatized to me trying to record things. Whereas you go there, like I say it later in the day, but it's still only 9 o'clock, and it's just a different kind of clientele, and you get some side eyes. I had more elderly lady this morning was, I think, complaining to the front desk that I was changing out of my track pants. Well, not changing out, but changing into my shorts that were under my track pants. I don't know if she thought I was like stripping down my underwear or what, but it's just different clientele. The funny thing is, I checked like 2 or 3 times this morning to make sure that I could kind of run over to the studio and get a quick video of the leg update, and they all, like, everyone showed up there like 45 minutes early to claim their yoga mat places in the studio. It was like, I felt like I was going to a resort in Mexico or something like that, where everyone puts their towels on their beach chairs at 6 in the morning before anyone's even sitting. That's what it felt like. Anyways, you'll have seen the recording at this point, so obviously I got a little bit of a shot in there. But all in all, the leg workout I think was pretty good today. I felt like I got a good pump. Had to take a little extra pre-workout just due to the fact that I left work, stopped by the house, had to see my little guy. It's his birthday today, so went and saw him, got some treats, and then he's up at my parents' house right now, and I'm going to have a little bit of a nap from night shift. So I don't think I have really anything to add. I talked a little bit about the YouTube, and it's actually kind of ironic. I had this discussion beforehand, was the YouTube comfort level of talking, and then gym progress, kind of like those 3 circles on the Venn diagram. And definitely was kind of comfortable, and then I had some people show up, so not super comfortable, and then the weird interaction afterwards. So, but the leg pump and exercise part was A1, so definitely keeping those 2 categories separate today. Anyways, if you've made it this far through the video and you're enjoying my rambling and whatever random carrying on with the gym content and me trying not to be a completely socially awkward person, then feel free to follow along, subscribe. If you have any questions about what it is I'm doing, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow because there'll be another video up.